Hello, Miss Maya. My name is Fani Wulandari, and in this video, I will present and explain my outline and essay about a short story called Skins by Lamont A. Turner. I think this story mixes science fiction and supernatural horror, and it tells about a mysterious mist that can copy human form. For that, I will explain the outline, which include with the setting, characters, conflicts, and context. And then I will also explain the essay, which focuses on contextual analysis. I will also include the evidence from the story to support each part. So let's jump to the first one, setting identification. For the setting of places in this story mostly happen in several cabins near the Corona crater, and a small part happens in the narrator office. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence. It happened just outside of Corona. Second one is by the time I reached the crater. The third evidence is I set a cup of coffee on the table. For the setting of time, it happens in modern times. Well, we know this because there are modern things like a computer game and phones. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence. It's a computer game. You can download different skins. And next, for the geographical setting, it sets in New Mexico around Roswell and Corona. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence just outside of Corona. And I've been staying at a hotel in Roswell. For the historical and cultural setting, I think the story doesn't mention any historical or cultural events. It's more focused on personal and supernatural events. And then the second one, we jump to the characters. There are three main characters here in the story, which is narrator, the I character, which is the writers who listen to the Sefer story. And for the evidence, it sounds from the sentence, I told him to go on with his story. The second character is Sever's, a mysterious man who says he was followed by a mist. And for the evidence, it sounds by the sentence, Sever was unkempt. It followed me, the damn thing followed me home. For the third character is the mist entity, a strange creature that looks like a mist and can take human form. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence, the mist streamed forth from his mouth, eye sockets. Now we move to the characterization, the third part. Well, there's two characters here, which is Ron, and it's shown by the Shepherds, which is seems paranoid, but deep inside he deeply scared and changed by the experience. For the evidence, it shows from the sentence, he was unkempt, haunted. I figured him for a man who spent time in front of a mirror. The second one is the narrator himself, where he changes from curious to terrified. And we can see it from the sentence, I stood there gaping at him. Next, I see a flat character here, which is the DJs that only heard briefly on the radio. And now we move to the character development. There is three character development here, which is dynamic, static, and foil. For the dynamic character is shown by the narrator, who starts off confident but ends up frightened and changed. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence, I screamed and emptied my gun into him. For the second one is static character. It's shown by the Schaeffers, where he stays scared and convinced from beginning to the end. For the evidence is shown by the sentence, "It's worse than I could have imagined. It spoke to me." And for the foil character is shown by the Schaeffer to the narrator. His deep belief in the mist highlights the narrator's change from skeptic to believer. Now the fourth part is conflict. For the main conflicts are character versus self, which is internal conflicts, where the narrator feels fear, regret, and confusion about whether to publish the story or not. For the evidence is, it sounds from the sentence, "I never include the incident." The second one is character versus supernatural. Both Schaeffers and the narrators fight a mysterious mist that can control objects and copy human forms. For the evidence, it sounds from the sentence, "It formed like," or "the mist streamed forth." Well, I noticed there is no strong conflict between people or with society, nature, or technology. And now for the last part, context identification. I found there's two contexts here, which is personal context and intertextual context, where the personal context is about especially for Schaeffer, who suffers from trauma, and for the narrators, this also changed because of what he experiences. For the evidence is, we can see from the sentence, "It's following me, the damn thing followed me home." And I screamed and tucked my gun into him. Next, for the intertextual context. The story uses elements of ghost stories and alien stories. It also mentions a game where people can change skin, which is a metaphor for the mist creature. For the evidence, it's shown from the sentence. It's a computer game. You can download different skin. And now, I will explain my essay, which is a contextual analysis of skins. This story is about fear, identity, and transformation. The personal and intertextual context make the story more meaningful. For the personal context, Schaeffer changes from normal to broken. The narrator also changes. At first, he is proud and wants to write a story, but in the end, he is scared and hides the story. This shows real emotions like fear and regret. For the evidence, it shows from the sentence, "I never included the incident," and he was unkempt, haunted. For the intertextual context, the story replaces traditional ghost with a mist alien. It also talks about a video game called Ghost Detective Adventure, where character can change skins. The idea of changing skin is like the mist creature copying people. For the evidence, it sounds from the sentence, "It's a computer game. You can download different skins." Now we move to the themes. The story asks deep questions to the readers. What if something can replace us? What is real and what is not? There are deep identity and fear questions. The last one is the title meaning of the words skins, which mean disguise, transformations, and line between human and non-human. The title fits perfectly with the story message. So, in conclusion, Skins is a deep and scary story that uses both personal experience and reference to other stories and media to make readers think. It's not just about fear, but also about human emotions and identity. Thank you so much for watching my video.